Scoobie, welcome to the Beauty Blog.
Hey, thank you for having me, Julian. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So Scoobie, tell us about yourself. Where are you from originally?
All right, I'm from a small town called Montezuma, Georgia. It is in middle Georgia, further south than Macon, but not as south as Valdosta. A small town, it's about 3,000 people population. When I hear people in Atlanta say this is farm to table, it pisses me off because this ain't farm to table. Farm to table is my hometown. We pick peas from somebody's garden. We get collard greens from a local vendor. We catch fish from a creek, and we go home and cook it all, and we have dinner. So to me, that's farm to table.
Absolutely. And how long have you been in Atlanta now?
Oh goodness, I moved to Atlanta in 2005 to work in insurance.
Insurance?
Yes.
That's a change. So how did you get into the makeup industry?
I got in the makeup industry accidentally. One of my girlfriends was getting married. I'd always done her hair throughout college, but I never did any real makeup. And I said, "Who's doing your makeup for the wedding?" And she said, "Nobody." And I was like, "Oh yeah, somebody's gonna do it." And she said, "Well, the only person I trust to do anything to me is you." So I bought a caboodle. One of my other girlfriends used her MAC discount, and she bought me a gift of lip glosses and lipsticks and stuff like that. And I went and got samples of, I think it was like all the Estee Lauder powders. I got samples of all of those. So on her wedding day, she wore pressed powder, one color eyeshadow, and a lip gloss. But she was radiant. Like, we still look back at the photos and we look at them and like, okay, you really had on no makeup, but it's beautiful.
Good.
So that's how I got started.
Good. So when you were growing up, did you have any clue that you wanted to be a makeup artist?
No clue at all. What I knew is I loved art. So I could read and look through books all day long, magazines about clothing, fashion, architecture. I looked at everything. Like, I even bought one of those, do y'all remember those little things that they were like, it was like a 1-800 888-1234.
Yes.
And it was like this rolling thing, and it helped you like draw architectural homes or what have you.
Yes.
I bought that thing and I drew and I drew and I drew, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to be an architect. I don't want to draw people's square houses for a living. But I had no clue what I wanted to do or what my career would be.
So you are one of the most popular makeup artists and wedding makeup artists in Atlanta.
Am I?
You are. How did you get to that point?
So I think just by hard work. I literally, before I moved to Atlanta, I was living in Macon, and I was driving back and forth to Atlanta every weekend. I would stay with my friends. I would sleep on sofas, couches, futons, floors if necessary. Like, literally, I just wanted to be in Atlanta to do hair and makeup, but I didn't think that my makeup career would support me living here. So I would come to the city, stay with my friends, I would do weddings, and the thing that I did was I would always email or text the planner as I was arriving to the venue saying, "Hey, I'm here." And of course, I try to always show up early also. Once you do that, once people know that you show up early, that you're dependable, that's like half the battle with hair and makeup. Like, you really don't have to be able to do good hair and makeup. The wedding planner, they just don't want you running late on their day, because when it all boils down to it, the planner controls every single part of the wedding day. So if hair and makeup starts the day off late at 8 a.m., if they're late, everything else runs late. So I would always text or call my planners, sometimes email them if I didn't have their contact information, to say, "Hey, I'm here." And then when I finish, I'll be like, "Hey, I finished 30 minutes early. I finished an hour early. We're leaving. Have a great week. Let me know if you need anything else." And I did that for like 2-3 years, and I built a relationship with planners, and that's how I was able to literally build a bond and come in and kind of sweep the hair and makeup market for bridal.
Wow, excellent. So Scoobie, what do you think is you mentioned being on time. What are some other things a young makeup artist should do if he or she wants to get in that bridal industry?
Oh goodness, for young makeup artists, I say they need to be humble. Because you can make a suggestion or recommendation to a young makeup artist, and they are extremely offended, and I just do not understand why. If somebody gives you a criticism, take it. Don't be offended by it. Take it. Guess what? You can go home and vent to your girlfriend. "Girl, do you know what he said to me?" And you know what? Your girlfriend might be like, "I can't believe he said that to you," but guess what? It's true. So my whole thing is like if anybody gives you anything, criticism, whether it's negative, positive, indifferent, take it and hold on to it and then evaluate it and ask yourself, how can you change that person's perception of you?
Excellent. Coming up as a young artist, what are some challenges you face?
Oh my goodness. So my challenges were extremely different. I think it's because I'm a black male. I would go to houses, ring the doorbell. Mind you, I got the address, I got the contract, I got all my paperwork. I go to the door, I'd be like, hey, I'm here to do Jennifer's hair and makeup for a wedding. And they would be like, oh, okay. And they would shut the door. And I could hear them be like, oh, there's a black guy out here saying that he's here to do your hair and makeup. So those were my challenges. I didn't have challenges as far as, like literally doing hair and makeup. My challenge was like, okay, they see a black man at their front door and they don't want to let him in the house. So after that, like literally, I call my bride, sis, I'm at your house. I need you to come to the front door because we're not going through these changes and no more. I can't do it. Like one time I was literally in my car leaving and the bride called and said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Well, sis, like what you want me to do, sis? I'm down the street. So she apologized and I went back. But it's one of those things where it's like, it takes more than just one makeup artist to change the way people think. But here's the thing, like, I'm not here for it. People are paying me for a luxury service. Like, I own cost $25 down at the pier, at the block. Like, literally, makeup artists, they're expensive and we're sensitive creatures. So to me, it's like they see me as any other person on the street, no matter who I am. So, I've grown past it and I don't leave anymore. However, don't leave me standing at your front door.
Excellent. So, Scoobie, what would you say is your signature look? Why do your brides recommend you?
Oh goodness, they recommend me because my signature look is skin. Skin will always look like skin no matter what. I don't care how bad the hyperpigmentation, how bad the acne. If you got perfect flawless skin, it's still going to look like skin when we're done. So my biggest thing is to always make skin look like skin, properly contour, properly highlight. Everybody going around here looking like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that's not my thing. Highlight does not go from between your eyebrows all the way down the bridge of your nose. That's false. I'm gonna say it again. Highlight does not go from here, the middle of your forehead, all the way down the bridge of your nose. That is not where highlight goes. And you know what? Maybe I need to do a class on where highlight goes. Julian, we got to do that.
We got to do a class.
Better yet, we're going to do a little snippet once we're done with this, and I'll properly show you how to apply highlight.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, stay tuned for that, guys. So, tell me, what are some of your favorite products to use when you're on set?
Oh my goodness. So, if I'm doing hair and makeup for weddings, or I should say makeup for weddings, or even if I'm doing makeup for like on set or just like a photo shoot or a filming shoot, whatever it is, I love Becca's foundations. And mind you guys, I have different foundations for every skin tone and skin type. So I have like 6 different foundations in my bag. I know people are like, you carry around that many foundations? Yes, I do. Because if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
True.
So, I have Becca. I have Makeup Forever. I love their matte foundations. And of course, all of this is found at Julian's, guys. Julian, do we have a website we can tell the people about?
JulianCosmetic.com.
All right, JulianCosmetics.com, so you guys can order this stuff all online. But again, it's Becca. I have Makeup Forever, the matte velvet. I also have a few of the Kevin Aucoins in my fairer shades because, again, I need skin to look like skin. And on certain clients, I need a lighter coverage. And then sometimes I have to go back and spot conceal. But on Kevin Aucoin, it's the Ethereal something foundation. Julian, what's the name of it?
The special skin enhancers. Essential
Oh
skin
yes,
enhancers.
and I do have the skin enhancers also. But I'm talking about the bottle foundation. What's the name of that one? Grab it right there. It's up top. What'd that say? The Skin Illuminating Foundation. That's it, guys. Sold here at Julian's. All right?
Awesome. So, when you are doing makeup, we know you use a lot of Makeup Forever, Kevin. What do you use for your hair?
Oh goodness, for hair, it's that stuff that smells so pretty.
Moroccan oil?
It's the Moroccan Oil product line. They have this cream that I put in hair, and also if you spray hair with hairspray before you curl it, because the Moroccan oil hairspray, it has to me it has just like a touch of oil in it, so it moisturizes the hair and it gives just enough hold and flexibility for me to curl and do what I need to do to make these soft long curls, to do the updos, and it just makes everything gorgeous.
Perfect. So you talked a little bit just now about how important skin is on your makeup. How do you get your skin ready for your brides?
Oh goodness, let me tell you, that is hard.
Let's have it.
So I use the heaviest of heavy moisturizers for my brides. They're like, oh, I moisturized this morning, and I go like this, and I'm like, ooh, girl. So it's a Kiehl's moisturizer, but I do not remember the name. It's in a jar. It's goodness, and if you hadn't asked, I would be able to tell you because it's literally in my car right now. But it's what I use. It's a really heavy one. It's like yellow.
Oh, I worked for Kiehl sometime. I can't recall the name, but I know the
Yeah.
one you're talking about. Yeah.
So that one, it's something. And I apologize that I don't know the name of it, but I'll make sure I have it so you can like tag it at the bottom or
There you
something.
go. Yes.
Great. But I use a heavy Kiehl's moisturizer if they have I guess like regular to normal skin. Typically, the majority of my brides are dry, and they don't know that they're dry. And I tell them, if your skin ain't glowing like mine, you dry. So I'll use the heaviest moisturizer on them, and then sometimes I'll go in with the there's another Kiehl's that I use. It's creme de corps. Now it's heavy too, but it's not as heavy as this other one. So I typically use one of those two.
And what do you think, Scoobie, is the most essential part of any application away from the skin?
Oh, I think highlighting and contouring. Yeah, for example, I highlight and contour a lot in the foundation. For example, I use a lot of the Nessamaric products under the skin. I do it in the cheeks, forehead, down the bridge of the nose, on the chin, and then once you put the foundation over it, it doesn't look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like, let's be honest, it just looks like a subtle glow. So I use a lot of her products under the skin. Becca also has an illuminating primer that I've used, and I absolutely love it. So depending on skin tone, I use different products. For lighter skin tones, I'll use a lot more of the Becca highlighting and the primers, because the Becca primer, some of them are like very light, and I want to say like a silvery undertone. So I use those on my fair skin girls. Well, if I need a richer skin tone, and if Becca doesn't have it, that's when I go to Danessa. So I have literally everything for different skin tones. It's like I literally pick and choose what I like, and if I like a product, I get it and I continue to use it. So my highlighting and contouring, that's what I'll use. And then of course I always go back with the darker foundation. I do it in the contour, cheeks, nose, forehead, make sure I get a good slight little burn, just depending on who the client is. Sometimes you can go heavier. Most times, just brush a little bronzer there.
Good. So I want to know, for the young person that wants to get in the industry now, how would you say he or she should go about getting started as a bridal makeup artist?
Oh, goodness. So first, take a color theory class. I hate to take it back to being so elementary, but there's so many people that I meet that don't know what warm versus cool is when it comes to foundations. Like some people, they aren't warm or cool. They're just, like, it's just skin. They're neutral. You have to mix a little warm, a little cool, and sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. But the biggest thing I would say to people is literally take classes and learn from other makeup artists that they trust, other makeup artists that they love the way their makeup looks, because if you take classes from them, then you're more likely to produce a product similar to theirs. Now, if you look on Instagram, you're going to produce products similar to the Instagram girls. Foundation is off, there's highlighter down the bridge of every single nose, and the brows are heavy. And is that the look you really want to do? If that is, more power to you.
Excellent. So, I know you work with a lot of brides. What are some of the challenges you face with the brides in particular?
The crazy thing is I don't really get a lot of pushback or like I only do this with my makeup for my brides. They literally let me do what I do because one, I'm a trusted beauty expert in the bridal industry. I don't know that there are any people any wedding professionals that won't recommend me because I've saved so many people who've hired other makeup artists that didn't show. They call me the morning of a wedding. I'm finishing a wedding. I'm like, okay, I'll be there in 30 minutes. And I'm like, how are you able to be here in 30 minutes? Because I just finished my wedding an hour early, so now I'm on my way to you. So I'm able to literally talk to my bride, understand who she is and what she wants, and then create a look based off of that. For example, if she says, hey, I hate the way I look with eyeliner on, guess what? We probably won't be doing much eyeliner. I may do some eyeshadows and I may buff colors to make the eye look larger, wider, using shadows, but I may not go in with like a harsh black eyeliner. So I try to listen to my clients, and the crazy thing is I really don't have a lot of, I don't want this, you can't do this. Like people tell me they don't moisturize. Okay, great. Well, guess what? Since we're about to put on some moisturizer today, because this foundation has to lay properly. And they say, okay, and we roll with it.
Good. So, Scoobie, if you could go back and give your 21-year-old self, now that you're 22, some advice, what would that be?
Oh, goodness. If I had to give my 21-year-old self some advice, it would be, oh, goodness. This is so... See, you didn't tell me you was going to ask me this. Y'all see how I'm so prepared for everything else? Because, like, it's the typical questions, but this one is extremely different. I would tell my 21-year-old self to not get so caught up on the little things. Be true to myself, be true to my brand, and never, ever do work for free, no matter what it is. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's what I would tell him.
Good. So, in the next 10 years, what do you hope to be doing, or where do you see yourself?
I hope to be retired. No.
Retire.
I know. Look, listen, don't let this good skin fool y'all. Look, it's a combination of, can y'all see this wall back here? Can y'all see the cosmetics back there? No, it's literally, it's just using the proper skin products that work for me. Actually, I'll be 42 in a few weeks. Wait, a few months. What month is it? May, June, July, August. So in 3 months, I'll be 42. So I try not to look 42. I remember when I was younger and I saw people, they were in their 40s. And I'm like, I hope I don't look that old when I'm old. So what do I see for myself in the next 10 years? Hopefully product lines. I've worked hard on a lip line. It's Chloe and Christian. It's a lip gloss line. It's matte liquid lipsticks and a few glossy lipsticks that I've made for my clients. They're all made and named after my clients. One is named after my sister. One is named after my mom. One is named after just sayings that we love and we pick up on and we can't kick. It's like every time we turn on, we're like, girl, bye. So, that's how I named them. It's literally life. Life named those lip glosses. So hopefully that will expand, and hopefully I'll have more cosmetics coming out for you guys. And Julian, maybe you can have me a little counter over there.
There you go. Good. So, in terms of education, you just talked about possibly doing some class. Do you see yourself teaching a class in the next couple of years, months?
Oh goodness, the crazy thing is I'm teaching a class this Saturday, the 18th at GooCon.
Oh, nice. Tell us about that.
I honestly have no clue what I'm doing. I tell people, just tell me to show up, and when I show up, I promise I'm going to give you everything you ask for. Seriously, I'm teaching a class at GooCon, and it's about the natural way that I do makeup. And of course, I'm going to use heavy products like everybody else uses, but I'll show people how to make them sheer and how to make it look like skin versus like someone has like, a mask, or, you see the different coloration from the face to the neck. It's all about blending. I'm going to teach them about that. And I'm also going to use some Krylon products, some color that, you know how you look at a palette and you're like, oh, it has no shimmer and I don't want it? And now it's my favorite palette in my kit because it doesn't have shimmer. I still have my shimmer eyeshadows that I can go in, just like pat. Oh my God, Makeup Forever has some amazing shadows. I just got 2. Shay, thank you for those. But like you can pop those on top of any matte and it'll, bring back sparkle and life to the eye. But the matte shadows is like, it's what I do for blending. And I didn't realize it until I literally got a matte palette. I'm like, oh, I don't want this matte one. And then I look back through all my other palettes and all the matte colors were all gone. So yeah.
Good. Well, Scoobie, thank you so much for joining us.
Wait, that's it?
Before you go, what are some advice you want to give to our young makeup artists out there?
Oh goodness, to all my young makeup artists, try new things. Don't just stick to one way, like, oh, this is the way I do it. If you see somebody else and they're using a different product, try it. Grab a sample of it from a makeup counter. Most counters still give samples. If they don't, I think Neiman's returns policy is still the same. Like, after 30 days, you bought it. So, hey, buy it, try it. See how it works in your makeup regimen. If you don't like it, return it. It's as simple as that. 1, try new things. 2, it would be network with other makeup artists whose work that you love. Talk to them. See what they're doing. See how they're doing it. Because if they're anything like me, they're going to tell you everything they know. 3, be true to yourself. Don't do jobs, gigs, anything that you don't want to do just because, oh, it's money or it's exposure. No. You book that one job that you don't want to do, you're probably going to miss 2 or 3 other jobs that you do want to do. So always stay true to yourself, stay true to your brand, and don't do anything you don't want to do.
Well, thank you so much, Scoobie, for joining us. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And
Thank you
we
for
look
having
forward
me.
to seeing you in the next 10 years.
Absolutely.